Hey guys, and welcome to my first ever Saturday special video from my table tennis blog. Now, just before I begin, I will be trying to upload a Saturday special every week if time permits. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Now, of course, as promised in the description below, in the title below, we will be looking at what I believe are three essential things to be keeping in your head when practicing table tennis drills and exercises to try and maximize what you get out of each session. Now, for the first point, we're going to be looking at consistency. Now, consistency is just so important because with consistency, we keep more balls on the table, hopefully more balls on the table than our opponent. And that's just, that's basically table tennis, isn't it? If we keep more balls on the table than our opponent, we will ultimately beat them. And that's of course what we want. So consistency is just really important in exercises, because if we're doing consistent exercise drills every day or whenever we train table tennis, then that will show in our games, and of course that's what we want. So, if we look in the top professional scene, if we look at someone like Timo Boll, for example, a former world #1, it's just, his game is just, he never misses a ball, does he? Of course his quality is amazing, his spin, all of those things, placement, they're just top notch. But consistency definitely is one of his strengths. I've seen him play matches and literally just win by keeping the ball on the table more than his opponent. They'll try to go berserk, and he just simply plays the ball on the table with really loaded with topspin, but still he just gets the ball on the table, and his shots aren't normally like really fast, but it's just, he just doesn't miss. So consistency really is so important. Now, for the second point, we're going to be looking at footwork. Now, footwork is just, it's one of the most vital things, I think, in most sports, right? If you play tennis or badminton, you need to have great footwork. Now, in table tennis specifically, I think it's so important to be doing small steps. Now, I've been told this by many coaches, small steps are really important. And basically what this means is just basically bouncing on the tip of your toes constantly, ready for each ball. And this basically just means that you're able to react quickly to each different shot and anything your opponent throws at you in the game. So bouncing small steps are really important. So make sure you're constantly moving. If you look at, for example, Xu Jin, the Cloud Walker is his name, right? His nickname. And that nickname is right because he's so fluid in his movements, so light, And I think he is a prime example to us all to try and always be focusing on our footwork and always moving constantly, as this will just mean that we can play at the top of our level and always try to reach every ball perfectly. Now, for our last points, we're going to be looking at timing. Timing, again, is just another essential point, basically because if we have a regular timing, whether that means we're off the table playing a forehand topspin, for example, or even if we're on the table playing a backhand topspin, to keep timing similar in each of our strokes is really important, because that means we can just basically build our consistency and our quality a lot more, right? I was told by a first Bundesliga coach a few years back now that one of the reasons he thinks the Chinese are just so good is because they are able to get a rhythm so quickly into the game, and quicker than their opponent, basically. And this just means that they put more balls on the table, they can put more power or more quality, and this just means they can basically outplay their opponent quicker because they get into that rhythm quicker. So timing really helps build that rhythm in the game. So do try and think about that when you're training: timing and rhythm, consistency and footwork. There we have it, guys. Those are what I believe to be 3 essential tips for when you're training table tennis. Now, if you really liked this video, of course, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be trying to post videos every Saturday on there, on the Saturday special. And if you haven't checked out my table tennis blog, do go look at that. That will be, a link will be in the description below. And of course, if you haven't done so already, please do follow me on Instagram and Twitter to stay tuned to more tips and more news on my table tennis blog. I hope to see you there. I hope you'll join in with the comments and let me know your thoughts and opinions on each video and post. So guys, thank you very much for joining, and see you again soon.